What did we just witness? The game I thought was going to be the best game in all of week 5 turned into an absolute blowout. I mean, the Bills absolutely pissed themselves today. What was that? Oh my God. 42-16? You got blown out by the Titans 42-16? Every time you want to put hopes in the Bills and say, you know what? They look like a legit contender this season. What ends up happening? They get on prime time and they absolutely piss themselves and embarrass themselves. You get blown out by the Titans 42-16. You were undefeated. You went up against the Rams and found a way to win that game. And you come on here in a primetime game against the Titans team and you just absolutely embarrass yourselves. You can't even compete for much of the second half. I mean, oh my God. First half was bad. Second half was bad. Let's start with before we even get to the Bills, let's start with the Titans. The Titans look scary. They look frightening. They look scary for my team. They look scary for Kansas City. They look scary in all of the AFC. I don't think anyone wants to face this Titans team right now. And if you're a Chiefs fan and you're looking at this with the way your team playing right now, I don't know if you exactly want to face off against this Titans squad. Ryan Tannehill. Oh my God. Ryan Tannehill. Playing like a top 10 quarterback. 3 touchdown passes and a rushing touchdown for him. Derrick Henry doing his thing, 2 rushing touchdowns. We know what he's about. But I mean, good Lord, Ryan Tannehill, the difference between him here and him in Miami is clear as day. Since this man has gotten away from Adam Gase, he has been a top 10 quarterback. He's found his place in Tennessee and he's playing up to expectations. Of course, they're not putting it all on him. They constantly run the ball and give a good chunk of the carries to Derrick Henry and let him run their offense. But when he has to throw the football, he is on point. I mean, he's accurate, he's deadly, and he's got weapons all over the place. This Titans team's frightening. I mean, yeah, my squad, the Ravens, we better. But honestly, I'm looking at based on the way we're playing right now, with the way our offense looks, man, this defense will shut us down. Speaking of the defense, 2 interceptions from Malcolm Butler. The first one wasn't even like, it was a good catch by him, but it wasn't like it was thrown directly to him. It was tipped up because Roberts couldn't get the catch. I'll speak on that. But he got that first one. The second one was thrown right to him. So good on him. Otherwise, this defense shut down the Bills' offense. They couldn't move the ball and they couldn't get in the end zone. There was only one mistake by them, though, and that was the second touchdown pass from Josh Allen. The guy had like 8 seconds in the pocket, and the receiver somehow got open in the end zone, and 2 defenders right there. They couldn't get there in time. He caught the pass, and it was a touchdown. So it is what it is with that. But otherwise, this defense pretty much shut them down. It wasn't even a competition. So credit to the Titans offense, credit to the defense, credit to that coaching staff. Mike Vrabel's got his team vibing. They look dangerous. They have not skipped a beat since how they were playing last year. They look just as dangerous. They are a legit contender. They're not fake. They are a legit contender. And every other team in the AFC, including my team, needs to be aware of them because they are scary. Let's move on to the Bills. Good God, the Bills. Josh Allen. Now, Josh Allen made a bunch of great throws in this game, and a couple of them were incredibly accurate throws. So he was showing off some of his accuracy. But overall for the game, he was inaccurate. He was not great. 2 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions. The first one, I'm not going to hold on him because I was on the first drive of the game. Like I said earlier, Josh Allen threw it right to Roberts, bounces off his hands, and is picked off by Butler. But the second one, you threw it right to this man's hands. I don't know what Josh Allen saw in that play. Then there were just other times throughout the game where there were drops, which I'm not going to hold on him, but there were other times where it was just like he's just throwing it terribly, or he's throwing it behind his receiver, not even giving his receiver a chance, overthrowing his receiver. I mean, good God. Josh Allen did not look great here. If you looked at the way he's been playing so far this season, he's in the MVP race, but tonight was easily his worst game of the season. I don't know what happened, but primetime came on and all of a sudden Josh Allen couldn't make the same throws and his decision making was off and he just did not look great here today. He looked overwhelmed. That defense overwhelmed him and he started making the same old mistakes we saw him making last season. So not much of a concern. It's just, it was a bad night for him. I still believe the Bills can be great. They got the team. But tonight was just a bad night. And hopefully they can get over this hump. Because every time they play on primetime, they play terrible. Speaking of that, oh my God. This Bills defense got absolutely carved up. I mean, they couldn't make stops on third down. They gave up a third. They gave up 20 yards on a 3rd and 19. 20 yards on a 3rd and 19. What? The Bills defense is not supposed to do that. Ryan Tannehill went to town on this defense. He got whatever he wanted. And whenever he wasn't doing something, Derrick Henry was doing damage on the ground. And Derrick Henry, oh my God, he showed up and did his thing again. King Henry, once again, baptizing another defender. This time, this sorry man, Josh Norman, got absolutely embarrassed. I mean, I don't know which one was worse. The stiff arm he pulled on Earl Thomas or the stiff arm he just pulled on Josh Norman. I gotta say Josh Norman, because with Earl Thomas, he literally used him as a blocker. But with Josh Norman, he erased his existence. I mean, this dude got flipped sideways. He pushed this man sideways. It was embarrassing. You couldn't recover from that. It didn't look real. I was like, did this man just push another grown man sideways with his arm? That's crazy. This man, Henry's a beast. Good Lord. But yeah, that defense got abused all day on the ground. Early on, they were containing him. But when they were containing him, Ryan Tannehill was doing his thing in the air. He was doing his thing in the air and hitting Brown in the end zone to get that touchdown. They were killing them early on in the pass game. Then they tried to be a little bit more assertive to try and stop the pass game. And Derrick Henry just started slowly revving up till King Henry came out and did his thing. This Bills defense gave up 42 points. Good Lord. This Bills defense is supposed to be a top 5 defense. They don't give up 42 points. Oh my God. It was a bad night for the Bills. It was a great night for the Titans, so congrats to the Titans. Feel bad for the Bills, but for some reason, they just don't show up on primetime. Hopefully, they can learn from this, make adjustments, and you get ready for next week. Their undefeated streak is over. I believe they're 4-1 now, as well as the Chiefs, the Ravens, and the Browns, and whoever's 4-1. And the Titans, because they missed that week, they're 4-0, so I think they're the only undefeated team. No, them and Pittsburgh. Ironically, them and Pittsburgh, the two teams that were supposed to face off, they're still undefeated at 4-0. So whenever they get that matchup is whenever they get that matchup. But yeah, Titans look legit. The rest of the AFC needs to be scared, including my team. I'm not afraid to admit that because I love what I'm seeing from the Titans. Bills, they got to figure this out. They've got the team to compete in the AFC, but they just cannot get it together on primetime. They crumble on primetime. I don't know why. That's something they're going to have to work on because you're going to be facing off against top teams in the playoffs, and that's going to be big games. You have to get over that hump. They've got to get over that hump. I believe they will. We'll see what happens moving forward. But yeah, that's all I got. This was an absolute embarrassment. They got destroyed 42-16. Oh my God. That's all I got, man. I'm out of here. Peace.